Well, give me your thought. I mean, we all assume that you have the three starters at safety already confirmed. Is that fair, or where are you in terms of at least the first group?
Yeah, I mean, we're always trying to build depth. We obviously got three guys coming back that have a lot of game experience, and they've got the most rep with the ones. But the guys behind them, though, they're always one snap away from going in the game. So obviously we can only start 11. But ideally what we want to do on defense is play 22. 25, 28 guys. Keep fresh rotating in and out. But for the most part, I've been happy with the way those three have been playing so far.
So you have 6 or 8, I forget the number, other safeties battling. How much competition is there for the twos then?
Oh, a ton. There's a ton. They're fighting for spots as well. And I think I'm pretty happy with what we have, 3 deep wides at safety. So we're always interchanging the groups and everything, and getting guys as much reps as possible. And whether they get 5 reps or 20 reps in a practice, they got to take advantage of it. But I've been pleased with the competition, for the 2s and 3s, and they go out there and battle every day.
Do we put too much in fact, this, especially for the backups? This guy's a spur, this guy's a bandit, or do you cross-train them so much that you can move guys around a little bit?
Practice-wise, we try to keep them in one spot, but in the film room and in our meeting room, it's being able to cross-train, because I think that kind of builds more depth, and obviously they should know each position, where their help's at, and with all the defensive schemes that we run. So it's kind of, trying to teach them the whole defense. So, yeah, the Spurs should know the free and the bandit, because we have to, a lot of the times we're the communicators and we adjust off stuff. So they should know everything.
So if Josh Norwood stays at corner, who are your backup threes?
Right now we've had Sean Mahone. We moved Sean Mahone over there, who's had a really good camp so far. Good football IQ. Probably was one of our more physical corners. Better tacklers. So we thought that would be the ideal fit for him. E.J. Brown's been playing some free safety, and Kamara has come back, and he'll be in the mix as well.
Okay. So then the same question for Spur.
Spurs, obviously we have Draymond, Quantel and Diamante have been getting a lot of reps and are getting better. It's just getting more consistency out of those 2 guys. But happy with where we're at, but still, they got a long way to go, and I think they'll eventually, be all right.
Quantel is a true freshman. Has he met your expectations? Because he obviously came in with a lot of acclaim.
Yeah, he's going to be a really, really good player. It's kind of getting through that camp grind right now. It's a lot different, the speed of the game, the install. So he got away with a lot of stuff in high school, just being, bigger and faster and stronger than everybody. So coming here, he's got to dial in more mentally and be able to handle, the installs, and then going out and practice and executing at a high level every time he steps on the field. But it's still, he's only been here for 2 weeks of practices, so I would assume he's going to continue to get better.
When we saw him, just physically, and then the number he's wearing, we naturally thought Kazir. I mean, is that a fair comparison for a young guy, or just so way too far down the road?
Little early. Obviously, he has high expectations, wearing that number. But he passes the eye test. He's obviously his time here with what our strength staff does. We know he's going to get faster. He's going to get stronger. And I think that's maybe what's not setting him back right now, but you can tell the difference between the guys that have been here as opposed to a true freshman, but he's only gonna get better, and kind of looking forward to, where he'll be 2-3 years down the road.
And then Giovanni at Bandit as your backup. You talk about him, and then who else you have there?
Dante Bonamico would be the third, and those guys have had good camps. Been pleased with Giovanni. He's going to play this year. I mean, we know what he can do on special teams, and got some game action last year in Kansas and played pretty well. So he's a guy that obviously we count on, and he's the next man up. So he prepares every day like he's going to play, and he had a good summer, and so far a good 2 weeks of camp.
Okay, now on to the starters. Drayvon with moving to Spur. I mean, he got a spring there too, but have you seen any ill effect for a guy who played 3 years at other positions trying to adapt?
Not at all. I actually think he looks really, really comfortable at the position, and he had a good spring, and he's been dialed in, this fall camp, and has actually gotten better, and just he looks more calm, more confident than he did in camp last year. I think he's healthy, and for a lot of Dre, he puts a lot of stress on himself. But I think when he knows he goes out and play, and the spot that he's in right now, he's playing with great confidence and just going out there and having fun.
Mm-hmm. Kenny, now that you get to concentrate on one position, last year because of need, you had to float him around. But
Yep.
do you see him getting comfortable now
Yeah.
that he's just getting all his reps there?
Yeah, he's come along. I thought he'd had a better spring than he had. But he's had a good. He's getting better every day. And he's still young. Still needs to grow up, and he's still learning. How to play the game. Can't get away with everything. Like he did in high school, being more athletic. So it's working on his technique. It's working on his craft. And he's a lot more coachable. This fall camp than he was last fall camp. So I think it's making him a better player. And he's gaining more confidence and understanding he don't have to try to win the game on every play. Just do his job, and if he execute it and we execute, we're good.
Toyas, we've talked to him, and obviously there was a frustration level with him last year just because the injuries kept him out of the lineup so much. How do you have to work with him mentally sometimes to get him back? And it seems like he's back, but where is he? In terms of that, and I guess he's always got to have it in the back of his mind because he's suffered so many injuries.
Yeah, it's something that we talk about a little bit. He changed his number just to see if maybe that would break the curse, but we know when Toyas is healthy, he's one of our best back there. So he's had a really good camp, and I think he knows that this is probably the healthiest he's been and probably the best shape that he's been in. So that gives him confidence to be able to go out there, and make plays and do what he's coached to do. And so far, he's done a great job of that.